From incredible technological wonders to bold experiments at the edge of science fiction, in this release we will reveal how modern China is creating military power capable of astonishing even science fiction enthusiasts. Supermodern submarines, spying drones, robotic tanks, and other developments are featured in the following detailed account. This is a flexible underwater machine that resembles a gigantic snake. Its segmented construction allows it to move in the narrowest of places: underwater caves, sunken objects, or the aquatic labyrinths of enemy bases. It remains practically undetectable because it creates minimal noise and produces only barely noticeable vibrations. Such an apparatus is the ideal solution for covert reconnaissance missions and for demining dangerous areas of the seafloor. While some means attempt to strike the target, others are designed to nullify such attempts. One of the most fascinating novelties is Skynet, which appears as an enormous battery equipped with a system of radars and lasers. It does not merely shoot down drones or missiles. It selects the best moment and angle of impact to bring them down with high accuracy. In doing so, the algorithms of Skynet analyze the object's position in space, its velocity, and its trajectory, and then execute the shot, increasing the chances of success to extremely high levels. Reconnaissance, strike operations, counterintelligence. All of these tasks are undertaken by Chinese unmanned aerial vehicles equipped with built-in artificial intelligence. These robotized eagles are capable of grouping together into swarms, exchanging data, and conducting combat operations in a coordinated manner. Their neural networks allow the machines to recognize targets, make decisions, and even implement adjustments during the mission when circumstances change on the fly. With such a mobile and flexible system, China is becoming increasingly autonomous in terms of reconnaissance and precision operations. Externally, Ghost 4S UAS resembles an extraterrestrial vessel completely unlike standard unmanned platforms. Its jet engines are capable of accelerating the apparatus to an impressive speed, and the streamlined shape of its fuselage ensures minimal air resistance along with quiet operation. Moreover, its advanced sensors give it the ability to navigate even in areas affected by radio interference. Ghost 4S UAS is suitable both for reconnaissance missions and for executing strike functions. It can approach a target undetected and fire a highly accurate munition while remaining almost elusive. If previously robo-dogs evoked associations only with science fiction, today this is reality. They develop a respectable speed, skillfully balance on 4 mechanical legs, and are capable of carrying machine gun weaponry or additional equipment. The robot dogs work in conjunction with other units, penetrating hard-to-reach places and collecting data with their optical systems. Moreover, they do not complain about the weather or fatigue. Imagine a mighty sea predator gliding at unfathomable depths and ready to deliver a sudden strike from the darkness. This is exactly how the Chinese nuclear submarine Type 094 appears. Its capabilities are astounding. A dozen nuclear missiles JL-2 on board gives it the chance to keep any coastal power in fear. Each of the missiles can travel up to 4,600 miles, and this speaks to the global scale of the threat. But its main trump card is silence, which allows the shark to dissolve in the ocean so reliably that even marine fauna does not notice its presence. Add to this advanced electronics and innovative noise suppression systems, and we have an underwater machine that is extremely difficult to counter. However, Type 094 is only the first step in the forthcoming revolution of China's underwater fleet. New submarines are already being developed that will be capable of autonomously existing at depth for many weeks or even months, practically without surfacing. It is anticipated that they will be armed not only with ballistic missiles, but also with perfected hypersonic torpedoes and underwater drones that conduct reconnaissance and attack targets in an automatic mode. Taking into account China's interest in low observability technologies, the future of such underwater fortresses appears truly fantastic. In China, setting records is a cherished pursuit, and artillery is no exception. Modern installations are capable of launching dozens of shells almost simultaneously, covering a target at a distance of up to 40 kilometers with a barrage of fire. Unique accuracy is ensured by electronic fire control systems that calculate the trajectory of each shell with exquisite precision. For the enemy, the situation may seem as if the entire sky suddenly ignites with infernal flames, leaving no room for maneuver. Speaking of unconventional solutions, one cannot overlook the Rapid Dragon project. At first glance, it appears to be an ordinary transport vehicle, large and unwieldy. But hidden inside is a real surprise. Modular pallets carrying winged missiles that can be dropped mid-flight. All it takes is to give the command, and in seconds the transport vehicle transforms into a flying launch installation, ready to strike important targets. Such a concept means that a sudden attack may come from deep in the rear, where no one expects a combat aircraft. The old adage, "If you do not see, you cannot hit," has taken on a new meaning in the age of high technology. Chinese scientists are using special materials and coatings that distort the reflection of light and thermal radiation, making the soldier literally invisible to both the naked eye and detection devices. These invisibility suits can be adapted to various conditions, from deserts to forests, by changing their configuration and degree of transparency depending on the environment. Chinese next-generation radar systems are so powerful that they easily penetrate the thickest fog and torrential rain. These radar systems operate on the principle of multi-stage signal analysis, quickly identifying enemy objects even at maximum distances. It is by no means accidental that military strategists refer to them as super eyes in any weather. Their excellent resolution and instantaneous reaction to changes in the environment make these radars practically indispensable in modern combat conditions. The tiny EOD, explosive ordnance disposal. Robots act with surgical precision. They are capable of locating an explosive device, carefully neutralizing it, and even continuing to clear the next section. Their light weight and small size allow them to penetrate mined labyrinths and tight spaces where a human would risk their life. Working together in groups, these robots can quickly clear an entire zone of mines and improvised explosive devices, thereby allowing troops to advance safely. China's defense developments also include more global means of intimidation. DF-5B, a ballistic missile with a range of up to 12,000 kilometers, is in fact capable of destroying an urban metropolis and reducing it to complete ruins with a single salvo. This weapon is a clear demonstration that the Celestial Empire possesses the technologies that allow it to play in the highest league of global strategic powers. For those who were seeking a worthy rival to the American RQ-4 Global Hawk, China has presented a unique unmanned aerial vehicle known as the WZ-7. It quite literally hovers above the high tiers of the sky, reminiscent of a keen falcon, and can remain in flight for more than 30 hours. With the aid of the most modern optical and infrared sensors, the WZ-7 records the minutest details on the ground and transmits them in real time to command posts. And although there is often no escape from inclement weather, this drone is designed to withstand gale force winds and abrupt temperature changes, reliably supplying the military with invaluable information. This equipment resembles a heavy earth-moving tractor, but performs a task that is largely strategic. It transports ammunition to the front line, overcomes obstacles, and constructs shelters for the infantry. In the arsenal of the robot excavator, there may be various tools ranging from hydraulic buckets to special manipulators for the disposal of munitions. It overcomes fallen trees, rough terrain, and is impervious to most weather catastrophes. Of course, the Celestial Empire is not limited to just unmanned aerial vehicles. Consider the carrier-based fighter, the J-15, which takes off from aircraft carriers and carries its lethal force far beyond the horizon. Externally resembling a sea eagle, it effortlessly manages takeoff and landing on the limited space of a carrier deck, while maintaining both maneuverability and combat effectiveness. Alternatively, take note of the multi-role J-16, which is as versatile as a Swiss Army knife. It intercepts aerial targets, strikes ground equipment, and provides air cover for troops with equal success. Its highly powerful electronics allow pilots to see more and react faster, always staying one step ahead of the enemy. Another example of Chinese ingenuity is a drone equipped with a fully functional firearm. At first glance, it appears to be an unremarkable quadcopter, but instead of the conventional camera, it is fitted with a miniature cannon. The operator, located many kilometers away from the target, is capable of directing the unmanned aerial vehicle to the designated point, aiming and opening fire. It is hard to imagine how the enemy will feel upon suddenly seeing an iron hunter above them executing precise fire. One of the key features of Chinese military doctrine is the concept of comprehensive defense. Soldiers moving under the cover of armored vehicles operate as a single unit, as though they were one entity. This is not merely a matter of textbook maneuvers, but a well-thought-out system in which every combatant clearly knows their task, and the armored vehicles create an impenetrable barrier. Such a coordinated dance of machinery and infantry on the battlefield provides reliable cover and yields a tangible psychological advantage. Do you want to feel like a superhero in the Army? It is easy if you are equipped with an exoskeleton. This technological suit helps a soldier carry a much greater weight, overcome fortifications, and remain on their feet for a longer period. The power actuators integrated into the elements of the equipment reduce the strain on muscles and give the combatant an impressive advantage in speed and endurance. Exoskeletons enable the safe and rapid execution of tactical maneuvers in situations where previously a great deal of resources was required. When it comes to heavy equipment, one cannot fail to mention the tanks that are perfected in the Celestial Empire. Take, for instance, the M150 ABV. It is designed to breach minefields and demolish fortified barriers. Thanks to its heavy armor and the M58 cannon, which operates effectively against ground obstacles, this monster clears the path for advancing units. Equally impressive are the robotic tanks capable of operating without the constant presence of a crew. They choose their own routes, bypass dangerous zones, and react instantaneously to threats, not giving the enemy even a single second to respond. It appears as a small, tracked platform, but beneath its armor lies a machine gun of caliber 7.62 millimeters, capable of firing up to 600 rounds per minute. The tracks provide stability and mobility across rugged terrain, and its relatively compact dimensions render this mini-tank almost undetectable in bushes, trenches, or ruined buildings. If necessary, it can be programmed for autonomous patrol, during which it will follow a designated route without requiring constant supervision. This class of compact robots, DOG, is the embodiment of the principle, small yet remote. They are useful for conducting reconnaissance in confined spaces such as tunnels, buildings, and areas after earthquakes or bombings. Thanks to a multitude of sensors and built-in artificial intelligence, these mini-robots are capable of navigating in complete darkness, detecting traps, and when necessary, performing elementary sapper tasks. With their help, soldiers have the opportunity to peer into the most secluded corners of the front. The most futuristic sight is that of autonomous spider robots, designed for operations on vertical surfaces and complex terrains. They effortlessly overcome precipices, climb sheer walls, and penetrate hard-to-reach structures. In reconnaissance mode, these little spiders observe the enemy undetected by transmitting coordinates for precise strikes. Moreover, their compact size allows them to hide even beneath rubble, making them almost the ideal tool for sabotage operations. Sometimes, to supply frontline troops, A simple truck will not suffice. Instead, a machine capable of maneuvering where there are no roads is required. Bionic Giant is exactly such an example. It moves on powerful legs or on wheel and track segments, hauling loads weighing up to 160 kilograms. An intelligent control system automatically selects a safe route, and cladding made of special alloys provides protection against bullets and small fragment impacts. For the complete protection of tanks and other armored vehicles, engineers from China have created the IR complex, which renders many anti-tank missiles useless. The principle of this technology is that it immediately detects an incoming projectile and dispatches interceptor munitions toward it. As a result, the attack is blocked, and the enemy munition either detonates far from the target or is neutralized in mid-flight. China is moving toward having entire military units composed of robotic systems, drones, exoskeletons, and tracked platforms. These machines do not require rest, do not succumb to panic, and do not suffer from stress. This gives them a multitude of advantages over ordinary soldiers, leaving the human operator only to make the key decisions and monitor the progress of the combat operation. Soon, robots will become an integral part of all land, air, and naval forces. In real combat conditions, every second is important. A rescue robot is capable of reaching wounded soldiers, evacuating them, and delivering them to a safe location, even if fire is raging around or there is heavy shelling. It is equipped with an armored body so that small shells and bullets will not stop it. The robot's manipulators gently lift the soldier, avoiding additional injuries, while its advanced navigation system enables it to orient itself amidst debris and smoke screens. Do you want to feel like a comic book hero? Chinese engineers have already created backpacks equipped with miniature engines that allow a soldier to take flight and move through the air over short distances. This provides a colossal tactical advantage, as one can leap over a river or wall and find oneself behind enemy lines in a matter of seconds. Such technology is especially effective in rescue operations and unexpected airborne landings. Not limiting the concept of invisibility to personal camouflage, engineers have extended it to equipment as well. Now it is sufficient to drape a magical cover over a tank, and it becomes unrecognizable by conventional surveillance methods. The principle is borrowed from sea creatures such as cuttlefish. By changing the reflective properties of their bodies, they blend into their surroundings. Essentially, this is the next step in the evolution of camouflage, radically complicating the lives of enemy reconnaissance teams. There are already prototypes capable of carrying large-scale objects and firing with considerable accuracy. With the help of sensor systems, these iron soldiers assess the situation around them by choosing the best routes and covering one another. It is not inconceivable that in about 10 years such machines will acquire even more advanced algorithms, learn to coordinate with other combat robots, and become a key element of new military formations. That is all for today. Write in the comments, subscribe to Top Facts for the most incredible collections of facts and videos from all over the internet. Thank you for watching, and right now click on one of our previous releases.